A bond of love. I am a middle-aged Colombian woman, and if there is one truth my life keeps whispering to me, it is this: love does not always come through blood. Sometimes it comes through presence, care, and quiet devotion. Most of my working years were spent in Italy, raising a little Italian boy from the very moment he was born. What began as employment slowly became something far deeper, something sacred. I still remember the first time I held him. He was so small, so fragile, his tiny fingers curling around mine as if he already trusted me. From that day, my life began moving in rhythm with his. I was there for sleepless nights, first smiles, first steps, scraped knees, childhood fears, laughter that filled the house, and tears that only gentle arms could calm. Love grew silently in those everyday moments, not dramatic, not announced, just steady and faithful. He was not my son by birth, yet my heart did not know the difference. I learned the language of his eyes, the tone of his laughter, the silence that meant he needed comfort. I watched him grow from a helpless infant into a curious boy, full of dreams and innocence. Those years shaped both of us in ways I could only fully understand later. But life, as it often does, asked something difficult of me. I had to return to Colombia to care for my own children. Leaving him was one of the heaviest goodbyes of my life. I hugged him longer than usual that day, memorizing his face, hoping the love I had given him would remain with him even after I left. I carried his memory back home, a quiet ache mixed with gratitude. Years passed, life moved forward. Yet sometimes in quiet moments, I would wonder about him. Was he happy? Did he remember the lullabies, the comfort, the simple love we shared? Then life surprised me again. In his weakness, he remembered me. As illness slowly took his strength, he began missing the tender care I had once given him. The same gentle hands that wiped his tears as a child, the same presence that made him feel safe. He kept asking if I, Maria, his childhood babysitter, could come back. Not because he had no one else, but because love leaves an imprint no time can erase. When I heard this, something inside me trembled. It was not just a request. It felt like love calling me home, yet going back was not simple. Travel documents were complicated, time was short, and I feared bureaucracy might delay me until it was too late. Those days were filled with anxiety, prayer, and a quiet desperation I tried not to show. Then compassion opened doors. His doctor wrote an official letter explaining his condition and how deeply he wished to see me. That letter became my bridge. And his family, with a generosity that still humbles me, paid for my air ticket so I could come quickly. Their kindness spoke loudly. They understood this bond was real, profound, and needed. I traveled back to Italy with a heart full of mixed emotions: hope, fear, tenderness, and an unspoken awareness that this journey might be a farewell. Seeing him again broke me. He was a grown man now, a husband, a father, but illness had made him fragile. When our eyes met, recognition was immediate. Beneath the pain, I saw the same boy I had once rocked to sleep. Tears came before words. Time collapsed in that moment. Years disappeared. Memories flooded me, cleaning his face after meals, holding him when fevers came, encouraging his first steps, celebrating his laughter. And now, life had gently, painfully come full circle. I was again holding his hand, comforting him, helping him eat, sitting beside hospital beds, whispering reassurance. His wife was kind and gracious, his child innocent and beautiful. But he leaned on me with a familiarity only childhood love can create. Not to replace anyone, simply because part of his earliest sense of safety had been built in my presence. Those months were tender, heavy, and deeply meaningful. There were hospital visits, quiet conversations about life, about memories, about gratitude. Sometimes he spoke, sometimes silence said everything. Often he would simply hold my hand, as if drawing strength from something beyond words. I learned again that love is not always loud. Sometimes it is simply staying. And then the day came. I was there when his breathing grew faint. I held him gently, just as I had when he entered the world. Tears flowed, but alongside them came peace. He was not alone. Love had accompanied him from his first breath to his last. After we laid him to rest, I returned to Colombia with a heart both broken and fulfilled. I felt I had completed something sacred, a circle of love that began in innocence and ended in compassion. It felt less like coincidence and more like a mission quietly entrusted to me, to care, to love, to accompany him through life's beginning and its end. Today, when I think of him, I do not dwell only on the loss. I remember laughter, childhood warmth, trust, and the extraordinary privilege of loving someone so fully without needing recognition or reward, because now I understand something deeply. Love stays. Love waits. Love remembers. And sometimes, love calls you back, just so you can finish what the heart began, and if I had to live it all again, with the joy and the pain, I would still choose that love, every single time. If this story touched your heart, like the video, share your thoughts in the comments, subscribe to Streams of Hope with Eli B for more inspiring stories, share with someone who believes in love and hope, hashtag Streams of Hope, hashtag Love Story, hashtag Caregiver Bond, hashtag Emotional Story, hashtag Hope and Love, hashtag True Connection.